Welcome, everybody. It's day one here of the Perfect World Major RMRs. It's the Americas RMR, Jason,
yeah, it is,
and we all love America, don't we?
Yeah, we do. Yeah, everyone is a big fan. From what I can tell over the years, everyone loves it.
Absolutely everybody. Now, it is the Americas, so we've got a lot of representation coming into this tournament. I think in the past it was always North American players in Canada or USA and usually Brazil, but we've got a lot of Argentinians attending, so I'm very excited to get into it. But we can take a look at the participating teams. We got the Valve regional standings and the qualified teams. We know the ones on the left, you know, the likes of FURIA, Team Liquid, Complexity, but it's the teams on the right side, Jason, that a few people may be unfamiliar with.
Yeah, absolutely. Myself included. We'll be a little bit unfamiliar with them, obviously, as well. We don't get to see these teams too often make the kind of leap over to the European side of things to even compete in some of those tournaments. These are the qualified teams, are the ones that kind of struggle to beat the teams on the left to qualify for some of the international events. So yeah, they're going to be a little bit of a surprise. Obviously, we've seen Legacy a couple of times, seen Boss a couple of times, but outside of that, kind of hard to see these teams on an international stage.
It's true, and I think what's really exciting about the teams that have qualified in, there are a lot of new organizations in the Americas region, some of them with huge investment from sports stars in South America. So this is hopefully...
And then the North American ones, which are just like...
Amaranth.
Yeah, we got nothing. Oh, yeah, good point.
There you go.
That's fair. Yeah, good shout.
Stars everywhere, as we like to call it. Now, moving into today's action, you know, the Americas RMR is packed full of exciting matchups. And the opening one we've got is Team Liquid Wildcard. A game that I'm really excited about, Jason, because I feel like we want to see what level Team Liquid are coming into the RMRs with. I think they're a team everybody expects to be the top dog.
Yeah, and I think, honestly, I think Team Liquid should be able to kind of, breeze through this. It's very forgiving with 7 teams going through. Like, even if there's a stumble, plenty of chances to get back onto it. I'm interested to see what Pain is going to look like at this event because I've been big on them throughout the year, and they've had a really rough stretch coming into this event. A couple of tough losses, couple of bad placements, obviously, and then you go down to the M80 Boss. Want to see some of the NA players and NA teams do well so we can keep having these teams return and having these teams kind of step up within the region to try and kind of heal the North American side of things. So yeah, some very cool and very interesting matches on both streams coming out of the Americas region for sure.
Yeah, Imperial Casse rounding things out in that first round of matches.
I got a quiz for you, a Team Liquid quiz. And I'm going to bring this back up when we get to the opening stage because Liquid will most definitely be there.
Okay. Okay.
So try and remember this.
Okay.
What are the 4 teams that Team Liquid has lost to on LAN since this roster came together?
Nobody answer now?
Answer now.
All right. So they lost to FaZe?
Yep.
They've lost to Vitality?
Yep.
G2?
Yep.
And they've lost to...
This ain't bad. 75% is pretty good.
One other top team.
C's get degrees, Dinko.
It was a top team. It was a top squad, and now
they are pretty good.
It's 5:30 in the morning.
It's not as Vincer.
Yeah,
those are the 5 teams they've lost to.
Navi,
like 4 of the best teams
and I think
in the world.
We casted the Navi one.
It's literally like the number 1 ranked team, the number 2 ranked team, the number 4 ranked team, and the number 9 ranked team. Yeah. Like they only lose to top 5, 10 opposition. Even FaZe, I'm kind of going to give them the benefit of the doubt.
So what you're telling me is they should win today, Jason. Well, we've got Twist, Ultimate, NAF Fight. We've got Yakindar and JKS.
What I'm telling you, Dinko, is if you can 13-0 G2, you can 13-0 Wildcard.
They lost that series, Jason.
They did lose that series.
They lost
but this is a best of 1 today, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, it's true. It is a best of 1. All they need to do is win this one map. Wildcard, we got to see them a little bit at ESL Pro League. I think they had a great opening game. You were like, okay, they're nearly beating Team Spirit. Well, they got dogged.
they're nearly there.
Yeah, they got spanked hard in the end. But this is a squad that have shown moments of a bright future. It dulled out pretty quickly at Pro League, but
it's a really interesting roster and team to come together. You got the 2 Swedes and Fozzy and Susp, obviously, who have come over. You have Stanislaw, who's kind of like come back out of nowhere. The return of Stanislaw. I think the one guy to keep your eye on this team that's really interesting is JBA. Because if you're not a frequent America's watcher, or American Counter-Strike watcher, he is one of kind of the young guys in NA that people are looking at and saying, he's got some game. He's got some skill. Let's see where this can develop.
You know what? We've got a game too, Jason. We've got Team Liquid Wildcard here in Inferno to kick off the Americas RMR for the Perfect World Major, and we're getting into this top mid fight straight away. Stanislaw process.
Literally out of nowhere.
Yeah, literally. And obviously expected to make it to his first major.
There's a lot of fun conversations around Team Liquid at the moment, just in terms of this moment in time with Ultimate, obviously, as you're kind of alluding, joining the roster and immediately looking incredible and doing great work for them. And this drop-off he's experienced in the last month or two has been concerning for sure. And, you know, listening to him talk about it, trying to figure out how exactly he wants to adapt his play style. The other side of the thing is obviously the Kinder situation, where it feels like he's not as impactful on his opening plays and his aggressive plays as he has been in the past. So that's a bit of a worrying sign as well. Still waiting to see if he can come back into it. And then also coming into this major, remember, they decided to stay in Singapore after Blast World Finals. They stuck around. They didn't want to deal with the travel back and forth, the jet lag, the days that are dedicated to the airplane. So they actually just kind of chilled in Singapore for like a week, 10 days before this all began.
Nice little vacation.
Yeah, and it's, well, yeah, maybe you get to relax, go out to some nice dinners.
Great spot.
But then the other side of the coin is, you know, the quality of practice and Counter-Strike that you're going to be playing when you're over there isn't nearly as effective as it would be if you were obviously in Europe. So, like, the question becomes, where's that trade-off going to be? You know, did you have enough time? Did you get enough time to get the rust off after Singapore to figure things out of that disappointing performance at the World Finals? And remember, like, hold the phone. Okay. A little bit of aggression.
Yeah, some aggression for Fuzi, but he's dispatched by Nav. So, comfortable start for Team Liquid, taking that first kill. No real trade potential at any point here for Wildcard. And Kindar under pressure. Grenades battering and bruising him again. Flash to force back any of that CT aggression that was looking to go around that half wall.
Good rebuttal in terms of utility.
I mean, this is the life of Kindar. You know, you get into Banana, you end up with 30 health. That's your round.
It's the life of every Banana player.
Yeah.
There's just going to be some rounds where you feel like you don't get a play. Wildcard's starting to run out of utility. No real smokes to delay anything, to cut off these choke points. No Molotovs to throw in the path, and they're splitting a 2-2 defense after the Nafly pick.
Kindar, gets cleared off the top. Sus, getting away. So he's playing his life perfectly, and now they can double up inside of the bomb site, and the numbers are even down to the 4v4, but it's not just the numbers, it's the health, it's the damage they've done to these Team Liquid players. Ultimate 55, Nafly on 2 HP. These MP9s can still be pretty effective.
Liquid's not ready to commit just yet. I think they want to use this utility to peek into the bomb site and probe a little bit. Looks like Twist might get frisky and just go for a kill. Boost up, nice and easy for Sonic, but JKS on the other side. That little bit of pressure and execute at the B bomb site caused the defense to shift. Wildcard jumped the gun way too early, and it's given Liquid a chance.
Well, JBA moves out into position and needed to win that fight if there was anything to be said about this round for Wildcard, but now with both remaining players at the B bomb site, it's a save call.
There's the inexperience of Wildcard on land in tournaments and pressure situations, is biting on that little bit of a fake. All the pro teams playing in Europe at the top levels of Counter-Strike, they don't budge on those little kind of micro executes anymore that turn into picks, because they know the possibility of teams lurking of that being a fake. And that kind of a situation, I think Wildcard is, 1, feeling the pressure, 2, feeling the lack of utility, 3, feeling the fact that they're heavy underdogs in this as well, and just bit a little bit too hard.
So 2 save weapons going over for Wildcard. At least they'll have those to play with going into the next, but not a whole lot of money behind it. So some problems for Stanislaw to figure out here.
Terrorists win.
And you get those drops over the 2 save plays. You'll be able to get yourself a good buy across the board, maybe one player taking a hit. But at this point, it's great to see, well, we talked about Stanislaw making a return, but it's also cool to see Sonic come back, and a player that went off to focus on education. In Canada, he came back. Now he's ready for Counter-Strike again.
He even like hopped in to like stand in for a team.
Yeah, he did for Dallas.
Was that for Dallas last year?
2023. Yeah, he played for Complexity.
That did pretty good as well for someone who was like just off studying and not really playing a whole lot of Counter-Strike.
You know,
but
maybe that gave him the confidence that okay, I'll come back next year.
Yeah, it might have.
Still got game.
Can never take Counter-Strike out of the man.
That's true. Stanislaw on MP9. The rest of his teammates on rifles. Wildcard on the brink of collapse. If they are to lose this round, their money is going to be in a weird spot, and Team Liquid should start to just build a beautiful beginning on this T side.
Yeah, getting that economy established on the CT side is critical. It can be so tough in the opening rounds of Inferno to make it happen. So Stanislaw defending with an MP9 over an Arches. He's alone, he's got no support. Not even a flashbang to throw in his defense. Excuse me, there is one. Shout out to JBA, that's perfect.
That was a great flash.
It was great.
That was.
Yeah.
That was amazing. From the skies, Stanislaw is given an opportunity. Now, he gets a rifle and immediately dead because he peeks at Ultimate, who's waiting at top middle. But Team Liquid, you see, they're so comfortable to play this slow, drawn-out style. There's 43 seconds left, still spread across the map. Yekindar is still poking, prodding a little bit towards the B side of the map. And with 30 seconds left, eventually they're going to have to make their play. And it looks like the A bomb site is going to be their choice. Fuzi up on the balcony, JBA down in pit. Team Liquid with a great chance if they can deal with both of these pit players. JBA burning now inside of the smoke. It's Fuzi off the top. Balcony kill is locked in. Now he has to be traded, and he won't be. He will not be traded yet. 14 seconds. Headshot finally arrives. Yekindar locking it in, and Team Liquid take the bomb site. But Wildcard, oh, they gotta go for it. With that quick shot from Sonic, they are opened up again to go in for this. It's on Yekindar to clutch this out for Team Liquid to keep this bullet streak going, and he just can't do it. Sonic waits for the peak. Yekindar goes right into him, and finally Wildcard have their first round win.
Yeah, that's a very well done defense at the end of the day. In that two-man defense over on pit and balcony, that's a good job slowing down Team Liquid, doing damage, getting 2 kills out of it as well. This time they hold strong. Nobody bites on the little Yekindar spam through the smoke at the B site. And they're on the board, but can they continue to build upon it? Money's still going to be in a rough situation. There's that trade on Stanislaw up middle. I don't even dislike the swing here from Yekindar as well. I think he realizes, he's like, oh, I have an opportunity for a little 1v1.
I mean, it feels like that's the only way he wins it, right? Because he's not in the pit. He doesn't have a great position. Sonic landing 2 brilliant headshots. Wildcard needed that one, otherwise Money was broken. Team Liquid was starting to build, and now Twist going aggressive up top. Banana, he's already at the half wall, and he goes around. Flashes in, it's awkward, and Sus takes out his own teammate. Yekindar following up, and a beautiful double kill from Yekindar in towards Banana.
There's a third player.
He doesn't seem ready. He's knife out, he's just barreling into B, and Fuzi just lets him run into the site. Good trade from Ultimate. Doesn't allow that one to get too far out of hand, and it's just JVA left in a position where he can't compete for the round win.
Yeah, I had to have a little bit of trigger discipline to try and multi-kill to be able to bring this round back into contention, but great double opening from Yekindar and Banana, and I like the fact that Team Liquid senses the weakness and keeps applying the pressure. Even baiting Yekindar perfectly with that low HP. That was a little awkward, and I think Naf just shooting the body to make sure his crosshair works.
No, he's just trying to get in their back. JC's trying to shit on them all.
It's like those first 8 or 9 bullets didn't really go where I wanted them to. Let's just test this out real quick.
So the Mac tank works. Well, immediately Team Liquid bounced back, and we have got a pause, which looks like it is of the technical variety.
It might be.
It's kind of old school seeing how the players are playing, like the hotel room environment. You know, sitting on a little square. Reminds me of like Summit.
It's kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting. We were talking about it on the podcast yesterday of like the. Well, I think what it is, in case you don't know, is there's a practice room, and then these rooms are the match rooms. So it is separate from their prac rooms as well. But also like the difference of playing in a straight line for years and years and years, and then going into this hotel room where it's kind of like curved around, and you're not like it would be hard if like you're used to playing with someone at a bomb site and being able to check on their monitor and look exactly what they're looking at. You no longer really kind of have that ability in certain situations, so that's got to be a little bit weird.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely gonna feel weird, especially in one of the most important events of the most important event of the year, right? So a lot of new stuff to figure out here, but at this point for Wildcard, it's upgrade pistols, and not a whole lot to talk about outside of that. So it should be a 5-1 lead for Team Liquid in a moment. Fuzi's back. I guess, as Launder says, his time in NIP doesn't count. We'll see what he can do at Wildcard.
You know, I'll allow it. I think it was like 3 months, 4 months. I think it was like January to April of 2022.
Yeah.
At like the height of the NIP struggles of their rosters.
Yeah, and you just kind of got thrown in, and not exactly the environment to thrive. But he's been playing pretty well inside of this Wildcard team. His name is Love Schmidebrandt.
His name is Love,
which is
fantastic. You got a nice little sing-song Swedish going on there.
Yeah, I'm trying, Jason.
Yeah,
something I've been working on.
Yeah.
Maybe it sounds a little Norwegian. I don't know.
You want to talk about history of some of these Swedish players? Susp as well was playing on Metasport, is where he came from a little bit earlier this year, and they had that like
remember that team, didn't we?
Well, they actually had like one event that was
simple. Remember that team?
memorable is maybe a strong
They had
word.
the memorable match.
No, they had like a nice little Cinderella run at the Blast Spring Showdown, which was taking place online. Took a map off Spirit. They beat Falcons, and I believe they beat Monty. Like the better Monty.
The good version.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Not a bad run for like a team that you probably hadn't heard of going into that event, right? Or players you hadn't heard of. It was a really cool thing to see, especially with how much everyone kind of wants Swedish Counter-Strike to make a return of some kind.
Team Liquid into the bomb site. Bomb planted. And Sus close by to Kindar, who got distracted by the Spoils of War on the floor, it looked like. But
by a little butterfly.
Yeah, gets banged out by the 5-7, and obviously not expecting too much more. JKS is dancing with death, but he is the master of it. And that leaves just Fuzi and JBA in a position where they're just hoping to grab an exit on the way out here. But Team Liquid 5-1 start. Lots of Counter-Strike on at the moment. We've got
three streams.
Yes, 3 streams. We've got Alter Ego versus Lin Vision happening in the Asia RMR, Liquid versus Wildcard happening here, and over on the main stream we've got FURIA versus Legacy, Brazilian Brawl to kick things off. Also on Inferno, Jason.
I'm excited to get some of these Brazilian games underway like this. The FURIA Legacy one can be a very cool matchup. I'm excited to see Pain later on, but it's been one of the things that I've kind of wanted to discover is who's the best Brazilian team we have. Like FURIA, I think in their last
Probably
event,
had the highest ceiling.
Yeah, but like, you know, for a lot of this year, it wasn't really showing whatsoever. So it was maybe a little bit of a better question earlier, but you still have like that hierarchy of the Brazilian teams after FURIA, where it's like, how does Pain stack up, you know, with the various teams, with the different squads? They have MIBR, I know, believes that they're the best Brazilian team. So Legacy as well has a little bit of a claim to it. So there's some cool things going on in Brazil, and I'm excited to see how it all shakes up after this RMR is done with.
Yeah, that is a lot to be excited about, though. And a tactical timeout here for Wildcard ahead of this one. 5-1 down, best of 1 on Inferno. We know Liquid have a strong Inferno T-side, and the cool thing about their T-side is it seems like they have a couple of different styles of play that they can throw in. I remember against Na'Vi, they had this really fast T-side, and Na'Vi couldn't handle that, but we're seeing today maybe a bit of a slower T-side where they're faking out and controlling the game against Wildcard. So I do like how Team Liquid have different ways of playing the T-side of Inferno.
Well, they might have to break out into some of those different styles depending on how this op goes on the CT side. Susp is forced to run forward as the Molotov takes the decision out of his hands, and that's to his death. So an early 4v5.
Yeah, the way they got that so cleanly as well. They just got to play a 5v4 for Team Liquid with all the time left in the round. They're going back into an A pump. This is going to work out pretty well for them. They've got long control. If they want it, Fuzi not able to connect to the first time of asking, but they double peek, they run into him, and eventually 1-for-1. Now, JBA from the pit does very well, but it's all about Stanislaus' maneuver out of the archway and into a double kill. He needed that, and it puts Ultimate into a 1v2. Now, it's not a clutch that's impossible to win.
He's got that op on the ground. There's a Molotov there. Oh, he's got full utility.
Oh, he's got the right read, finally. Oh, he looks away, and they come in short. They're separated. They line up. And Ultimate nearly gets away with a double kill, but Sonic making sure that it's just the 1-for-1.
Shout out to Stanislaus. Old man's got some game coming through that smoke. Nice little find. The timing of that Team Liquid didn't expect it. They dinked JBA like really early in that engagement, but had like a lot of respect for that position. They were really waiting for him to peek his head back up, and that gave Stanislaus the opening to come right on through.
Yeah, this was just the hero move, the round-winning play. Felt like that was the last-ditch effort as well. Like, your teammates are falling in the A-bomb side. Look like JBA was about to get traded out.
This round is critical, though. Like, this is the biggest round of the half. Like, if Wildcard lose this and lose their economy and aren't able to save any weapons, whatever might happen, it's going to be in a really... The money's going to be such an issue for them throughout this half that Liquid might be able to just run up the scoreboard. If they win this, then it kind of signals that, you know, they can plant their feet and we have a half on our hands.
Unfortunately, that AWP saved over. So Fuzi gets another crack at the whip with it, and he's going to play short again. So eyes on Boiler. Here comes JKS into the peak. Fuzi not able to connect and drops back into the bomb site. Team Liquid now again know where that AWP is playing.
I think that's back-to-back rounds I think he'll be a little bit upset where he's missed two pretty standard shots for the Opera to be able to hit over in Boiler and coming up that mid-ramp.
Sure.
So Op not quite on point yet.
Well, looks like Sonic's going to be put under a little bit of pressure here. Only has 8 bullets in his M4, so he can drop back and reload inside of the site now, but was nearly in a tough position as Yakindar's getting closer than I think they're expecting. And what is happening? Sonic completely exposed the wrong way. And that's clean from Team Liquid, and a bit of a disastrous haul from Wildcard, considering how important this round is. The B bomb site has fallen. The push forward from Stanislaw results in a kill back on NAF, but being smoked out at CT, Fuzi can't do much. And so it is a safe call here for Wildcard, and a strange B hold in the end that allows Team Liquid an easy round win.
That's a mistake. I don't think he realized he was going to be exposed to the angle from Twist, who's able to just kind of chunk him down and sort of spring the trap without actually getting caught in it, which is a nice touch for him. And I think that throws off the timing of when that second player is supposed to play and respond. Also, I believe there was a smoke for after that Molotov that goes to waste as well. So yeah, just everything went horribly, horribly wrong for Wildcard, except for the fact that they get to save these 3 weapons. JBA can drop an M4 over, so that's quite nice for him. And for Wildcard, 4 rifles, at least going to be brought out for this defensive side, and they get to have another crack at it. Ooh, look at the lanterns.
Yeah, they do grab your attention, don't they?
Yeah.
Once had a moment where, you know, we were lighting off a lantern in honor of someone that's family passed away, and we set this thing off. We all looked up, and it got stuck on the electric wiring, and we were like, "Oh no!
Oh,
this is a disaster."
Okay, yeah, that's a.
It's like, oh shit! Well, this we'll certainly remember this.
Yep, that's actually my nightmare.
That's destroyed the entire neighborhood.
Yeki got good position. Doesn't look like he wants any help to turn that corner. Just goes for the fight. 10 kills, but this round he's got nothing. And once again, that missed op shot coming up the ramp. The op has not been punishing this map control, the space that Liquid is taking.
Ooh, flash is good from Fuzi. That allows JBA a kill. Not only the kill, but it's information. He spots out that second player too, but look at this. NAF, the Destroyer, has arrived out of the balcony, gets a second, make it 3 nearly. Actually, JKS stole that one away. And Sonic inside of the bomb site getting a double kill back. It's all an ultimate again. A 1v2 that he won't win because Sonic repositions and perfectly outmatches him. So a 3rd round here for Wildcard. And again, it's Sonic that's having the impact in a lot of these rounds that Wildcard have actually won.
Yeah, I mean, if you think of a couple of the rounds that we've seen won by Wildcard at this 8 bomb sites, the Stanislaw double coming through smoke and arches, and Sonic's had a couple of good moments stepping up to the plate when he's been called upon. But outside of that, this A defense is pretty weak. I think Liquid probably senses that. I wouldn't be shocked if they really, really lean on it for these final 3 rounds of the half. And the AWP, I think, is part of it. Just been really, really ineffective at finding kills, finding picks when Liquid's taken space. The opportunities have been there. Just misses.
Oh, dude, this utility. Oh, God, that's such a frustrating round for JBA. The nade and the molly, and it spreads. It takes him down, and he thought he got away with it.
Yeah, that death just feels so unnecessary, which has got to be frustrating for the young player. Oh, nicely done. That's not even Yakinder. That's the Alper who's shut you down with 2 AK headshots. There's the Alper bringing it out, but JKS close up, and Liquid have a free avenue into the A bomb site.
Yeah, that was a sick round from Ultimate, and that's been something they've talked about within this team that they're quite capable of, is either sending Ultimate or Yakinder up Banana. Both players confident, both players comfortable in their environment, and you get to see why. Stanislaw not in a position to compete for this round win, but he's also not really in a position to save because Yakindar's cut off B. So he's in a tough spot here, Stanislaw.
And if he goes down there will actually be nothing in this next round in terms of what Wildcard can fight back with. Maybe they drop down to light armor and some pistols and save up for the last round of the half, but Liquid a good chance to grab a pretty damn commanding lead.
Yeah,
going into the break.
On the T side as well, it's going to be fantastic for Team Liquid to work with. We've been a pistol round second half, and it doesn't feel like Wildcard are giving themselves enough wiggle room to grow into the game. Man, it's nice to see Team Liquid playing in the Americas RMR, though. You know, I'm glad they're not that European squad, Jason. It just feels right to have them here.
It does. It does feel like everything's right in the world with them at this event. I mean, look, that's when you think about it. When this roster is being put together, you know, I was a big. My opinion is always, if you're Team Liquid and you have Twist and NAF, Like, you should be filling out the rest of the 3 players, keeping in mind that you want to aim to build a world contending team, but also making sure that you're playing in the Americas RMR instead of the European RMR. It's just so much easier to go through. Just the reality of the situation.
Guaranteed cash with the stickers. You have obviously a major
and they got JKS, the Uno wildcard.
Exactly.
Like, pick your region, whichever one you want.
Yeah, true. And he's been a fantastic addition. Naf, Mac 10, charging up. Oh,
Ooh.
there we go, back again. And it's actually JKS to take both of those kills. He's got eyes on the apartments on that balcony for the time being. JBA trying to knock Twist off the bridge. Doesn't work out for him. Nice shot, but Naf makes sure that he trades out his fellow Canadian, and it's just Stanislaw on the other side of the map. So 8-3 scoreline for Team Liquid heading into the last round of this first half, and likely we see 9 for Team Liquid. But if Wildcard are to compete, if there's any world in which they're able to come back here in Inferno, they need the 4th round to close out the half.
Yeah, it'd be a nice little luxury to have. But again, I feel like their round wins in this half have been mostly off some very timely individual plays and some good plays. The Sonic 1v2 that he won, Stanislaw double kill out of arches. But the CT side in terms of its team play and tactical hasn't been the winning recipe for Wildcard. They've been getting beaten up in that aspect of the game. But yeah, you get that 4th round, you win a pistol, and then we're cooking with gas, Dinko.
Make his scoreline look a little bit more respectable. I think if you set the context for Wildcard coming into the RMRs, you're not expected to win against Team Liquid.
No.
You wouldn't have even expected that. So your game plan for the entire tournament doesn't hinge on beating Team Liquid.
Well, also, you got to come into it in some way and try and, I mean, as silly as this might sound, like, try and turn it into a positive where it's like, look, it sucks that we have to open up against Team Liquid, but at least we're never in a position where we have to play against them, God forbid, in an elimination match, right?
It's true, yeah.
You know?
Or even,
Like,
yeah, exactly.
Liquid shouldn't be in one, but if it happens, like this, they can't really play each other. So, you know, you at least get this out of the way early.
Last round of this first half. Fuzi gets back onto the AWP. 3 players start at B for Wildcard. Just wanted to make sure you've got that extra utility support down Banana. Actually fighting for it this time. You've got Sus charging all the way down, but ultimate, what? He just gets away with a shot through the smoke. Oh, Sus, but I feel bad for him.
I know, I think that's like the 2nd or 3rd time we've seen him just kind of taken down for no good reason in Banana. Remember the Molotov forced him into the open and he got spammed down?
That one's extra BS.
Yeah, this one kind of sucked through the smoke. Okay, op shot missed. Molotov forces him out into the open. Another miss. And JKS has been doing fine work. Quietly racking up some frags at this A bomb site. 12 and 3.
What a half from JKS. He's loving that. Now JBA stuck in a pit. They know that he's there, and JKS just tallies up another. It's Sonic left, 1v3, has to give it a go. But
what a huge half for JKS. I think like one of the most important rounds was the very first gun round. He gets that double kill at the A bomb site to get him into the site, get him the win. But I mean, just the ability when we've seen them been able to lean on the weaknesses of the defense at this site. A lot of that is JKS. A lot of that is him lurking around, being quiet, waiting for his fights, and some beautiful headshots. Wildcard never able to string 2 rounds together, and they've got a 6-round deficit as we switch sides.
no one from Wildcard able to break double figures on kills. It's just been a low fragging half for Wildcard, and that, well, not much you can do about that, really. Fuzi, I think too many important misses. Gonna change the outcome of a few rounds in this first half for this AWP, but right there at the end, missing out on taking JKS out of the apartments. And you see how much impact JKS has afforded because of that. So great work in this half. Twist wasn't even needed, didn't really have to do anything.
No, but I bet he had fun. You kind of got to sit back, be the general in the back lines.
True, true. It's always nice when it works out well. And not much of a break here in the halves at the Perfect World RMR. I have to say, those monitors do look pretty cool. They got, you know, they're just the golden stand.
They look cool.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'm all about aesthetics, Jason.
You're a gold man?
Gold is
you like the gaudy?
Yeah, gold is great. I would have, if I could have like a gun, you know, I would have a golden Desert Eagles. That would be pretty cool.
Gold is so gross, Tinko.
Dude, we've all seen the new Deadpool movie. Those are awesome. 9-3 scoreline. And Team Liquid, if they win this pistol round, it's not the most bold statement I've ever said, Jason, but I think they're going to win this game.
That is definitely not in your top 3 boldest statements.
Nope. Well, let's see if it works out for them.
Interesting. NAF has a Molotov. Not a smoke to block things off and delay. Oh, but look at the push down middle.
Yep, didn't really work out. Sonic had the idea. He looked, and he's waiting for a second player. He thinks there's no way Yukindar did that alone.
Well, what kind of sucks for Wildcard is now you're like, oh, they know exact. Oh, dang, that's a nice double nade. NAF eats it. There's that Molotov gone to waste. So now you need some heroics with the USP, and probably going to be JKS up first. He needs a kill on Sonic. He needs to have banana control, and he needs to have it quick as this bomb goes down.
Sonic waits around the corner. JKS, he's so slow about this.
He's waiting for his teammate. He's waiting for twists.
He's just going to go for the fight now. Sonic spotted. His teammate Ultimate going down into a CT. Now impossible to win the pistol round for Team Liquid. And a strong start here for Wildcard. Love that double nade, and obviously great from Sonic. His role just to watch to the mid push. Perfectly played from Wildcard in the end.
Yeah, really, really cool from Wildcard. Nice job from Stanislaw and the Wildcard crew. That's a picture-perfect pistol round, exactly how they drew it up.
Pistol round is the first step. It's a long road, but that is the first step. And a force spike from Team Liquid, so they're going to come back swinging. You've got a scout out here for Ultimate, upgraded pistols. Not exactly the best weapons for twists in a force spike scenario. Jewel Berettas, let's see how that works out for him. There's head armor on every player, so unlikely he gets much done. Ultimate sitting in the site, trying to soften them up with a scout, but he gets overrun, and that's the stack on the other side of the map. It's going to be a save call for Team Liquid and a 5th round for Wildcard.
It's cool though. You don't have to buy anything if you're Team Liquid. This is kind of exactly what this the strategy they had for this buy was. Take the risk, gamble 4 over at the B bomb site, and then just save it for the next round if it doesn't pan out. So they just get to reset and try again.
Try again, they will.
Try again.
Just having a look at the Asia Pacific RMR as well. That's been happening over the last few days. The Drillers, I think a lot of community behind that. They beat Limvision their opening game. They're going to have a game later today against the Mongols.
Yeah, probably will not be a W.
Definitely won't be.
I want to see Oni Pixel's speech when they're down like 12-2.
Dude, I actually seen this Oni Pixels clip this weekend. I thought it was great. He said, what if you like TMZ your opponents? You find out like whose girlfriend broke up with him, who cheated on him, and then you name your gun the name of the girlfriend, and then so when they pick it up, they're psyched out for the rest of the game.
Sure.
And I was like, yeah, this is the kind of coach thinking we need. This is another level.
It's actually not a terrible idea.
It's not.
He might cross a line.
Yeah, definitely crosses the line, but anything to win.
Just in terms of morality and maybe you know, honor, it might cross a line, but I'm into it.
Yeah, you almost have to respect when it's that far across.
Never seen anyone do it before. I don't know if it would work.
I think there's opportunities out there. Okay, well, Wildcard, 5th round on the board. First steps have been pretty good, but it's about the save from Team Liquid. Let's see if the pistols are able to work out. Once again, they've stacked out the B-bomb site. Hoping for a different result this time. They might get that different result.
Yeah, if they try and force this issue at the B-bomb site, it's a nightmare. All 5 players from Team Liquid are here. They still got a couple of nades. Wildcard is backing off, though. They saw that smoke. They didn't like it.
Nuh-uh. They're about to like A, though.
So, yeah, but well, right now, what Wildcard and Stanislaw is trying to piece out is they're like, okay, they're smoking and they just re-smoked the B-bomb, so we've seen 2 nades thrown in Banana. A is wide open. Is this like a juke? Are they just faking this? Is this like too good to be true? So the MAC-10's going to go investigate, and Stanislaw's like, nah, that's cool.
Sometimes you got to call a spade, Jason. And this is where the A bomb site is empty. There's no one there. No resistance. No signs of life. And now they realize that. 3-round win. Wildcard up to 6. Team Liquid are going to challenge for this, obviously.
I think you just go for exits.
Yeah, I mean, damage would be great. You softened up a few opponents, and yeah, exits at range with the Jewel Beretta is not likely for twists.
Take money away, force him to rebuy some weapons. Don't give him a bonus round with the MAC-10s and the Galil. Suspa's already going to try and start setting up the retreat. Nice job from him and Sonic. But that's all Suspa's going to be able to get. So now a fighting battle as Wildcard tries to push down alt mid and down mid entirely.
This camera angle is great to see Ikindar's face position to the monitor. It's just wild, isn't it? I can't believe it's real every time I look at it.
I admire it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Got that monitor tan on the forehead. Well, let's get into the gun rounds now, though. Second half. Finally, we'll get the AWP out for Ultimate. We can see what he can do with the defensive sniper. I think Fuzi a little bit quiet, and so Ultimate could outmatch his performance immediately here.
I think Fuzi's going to be really disappointed at the end of the day with his CT side performance with that ult.
Yeah.
For sure.
We'll see what Ultimate has in store for us. 11-8 so far. So Ulp is going to be over towards shore today. Looking down into Boiler. JKS with it. Sonic getting up into the apartments in the bedroom. And Ikindar challenging down Banana. No one from Wildcard wanting to get involved in those fights, so Team Liquid actually have space to work with in B.
Well, everyone's content to just be pretty chill across the map. Trying to pull Susp into Yakindar's position. Flashbang won't work. Nice shot.
Yeah, great position for Yakindar to dodge that flash. Gets away with the opening.
And on that, Naf's going to rotate off. He's hustling back to the A bomb site. Complete Banana control. There's the Ultimate. Oh, steps into the open and builds upon it.
Oh, he's got a third lined up as well. And okay, Ultimate. This is a round and a half. That is beautiful. Oh, talk about impact. As soon as he gets the sniper out, it's a 4K on all fronts. Team Liquid up to double figures, and the Polish power carries them through.
And everyone on Wildcard froze after each one of those kills. No space is taken off their teammate's death. That was the best attempt at the trade from JBA, but after that, Fuzi and Stanislaw are just like, how the hell are we going to get past this? Ultimate with the quad kill, and Liquid up to double digits as they're on the board in the second half.
Well, yeah, he's already better than Fuzi in that. Like, just that one round, he's done better. That's gonna, yeah, that's something right there, Ultimate.
It's a nice little hold.
Yeah, Sus goes down in Banana. Fuzi chiming in. He's got his AWP out on this T side, and JKS will feel the wrath of that. So 4v4. 2-2 setup right now for Team Liquid.
I don't think JKS expected it all to be on the other side of that. It looks like he went to take a little peek around the edge of a smoke just to peer down middle, maybe take a cheeky shot at somebody in the pit.
They've taken everybody off of B. This is crazy. Everyone's over on the A bomb site right now for Team Liquid.
Naf does have a smoke. He might be able to just re-smoke from Arch side and make it look like they're still around.
This push is getting caught. JBA spots him up inside of the bedroom. Twist having to step up because his teammate's not doing enough, and suddenly it's just Ultimate. And they're just going to go B. Yeah, once they've got all those kills, Ultimate would have to get aggressive, and I think he's a little bit too late to make that happen. Jumps around the corner, sees Fuzi holding for him, and it's not looking too likely for Ultimate to get involved in this round, so that's kind of strange. If you're a Team Liquid, you have all the remaining players in the A bomb site, Jason, you still don't hold?
I'm okay with the concept of a push like that. Like if you leave the B bomb site, right, and bring everyone over to the A site, there's going to be a time at some point where you need to make some kind of a play to figure out what's happening on the map. I would have liked to have seen that push from Yakindar into balcony paired up with some kind of peek from middle. That would be the only kind of change. But obviously you're a little bit afraid or oh damn. That was so casual.
He's so good, man.
That was just so relaxed.
Oh, it's one guy right there. Let me just dig him on the head. This is crazy. All right. No, Ultimate's got to hang on to the AWP. At least that's something.
Oh. Nice shot.
And it makes a huge difference, too, because now he can actually drop for NAF, right?
Yeah.
And you actually get a full buy on everybody. And if you had gone down there, you wouldn't have had the AWP, you wouldn't have had a great option for a buy, so...
Oh, just a jiggle. Nice shot.
Yeah, great shot from Fuzi.
Yeah, got to give him some love considering we've racked on the CT side a little bit. Yeah, you like that?
That was great. Yeah. That's the kind of stuff we get at 6 a.m., Jason.
Do you think... Is it actually pronounced a love?
Yeah. Well, what's it going to be?
I don't know.
Love?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. That sounded pretty Swedish.
Yeah, I guess that's how it's gonna be. Love. I guess that's the only other way you could say it. There's no way, unless his name's Lovi.
Could be that too. I have no idea.
Oh, you can dart. Firing down in the banana with his little MP9. Stanislaw, not wanting to get involved in the barrage of utility that came towards his position. So he gets out behind that smoke, back in the middle. And JBA's turn to try and fight top mid. Now, Ultimate, no secret about where he's playing. He's often found here at short with a sniper just peering down the boiler angle. You can know he's there, but dealing with him is a different problem altogether. And he's going to go back out, annihilate Stanislaw. He's worried about the apartments and does see Sonic on that jump up. Now gets ready for a second player. He's got ready for the push towards the side. He's got the teammate of JKS in the pit, and that is what we're talking about from Mr. Savage. A 3K in the blink of an eye, and it's just Fuzi left. Nice shot. Wall banks down Ultimate. Would have to deal with JKS in the pit. He goes for the shot, connects it, and eventually brings down the Australian. But the arrival of Yekindar through top mid is coming short a little faster than Fuzi would have liked. And that MP9 will drop him on default spot and put Team Liquid up to 11.
That felt losable for Liquid after JKS went down. I was kind of looking at the position of the last two players, and it's like no one's really there to kind of swing if JKS needs some help over in the pit. So there was a world in which he had some time to play with. Good job from Yekindar. Seeing the molly coming, seeing the utility, and just realizing he had a moment in time, but an even better job from JKS, who's just been a beast on both sides of the map at the A bomb site. It's lovely to see.
Warms your heart to see JKS performing like this.
It does warm my heart.
But no longer the top fragger on his team. Ultimate has taken that top spot. Second timeout for Wildcard. I think they're starting to realize it might be the end of the road here. So we've got an AK on Fuzi. Tech9's coming out around it. But that's a full investment, Jason. That's everything they've got.
Kind of have to. I can't really blame them. You know, at 7 to 11, and I guess, you know, especially knowing how much of an underdog you are going to put confidence in your T side to rattle off 5 rounds in a row?
Nope.
Nah, probably not.
No, definitely not.
I think the biggest issue, not necessarily the buy so much. Obviously, you'd like to have more rifles, but the utility is really hurting. You don't, like, if you want to spend some nades to take banana control early with these Tech 9s, that's going to basically kind of force you to do a late round, mid round B execute later on. That's exactly what they're going to line up for here. And unfortunately for Liquid, they've just backed Yekindar off. It's only Naf here. There's the flashbang. Oh, he spots him coming in. Might not have been too concerned, but now he knows. Just going to play it passively, wait for his teammates to come back, but he knows they can wrap around him.
They got to clear that. Stanislaw's in the ruins. He does take Yekindar out. Now Naf has to worry about 2 spots, and it's so smart for Subs to move forward on that timing and catch out Naf. So suddenly with Tech 9s, Wildcard burst through the B bomb site, win the round. There's nothing put up by Team Liquid.
That's a disaster. Money's an issue now for Team Liquid as well. And you know, you've pointed it out and called it out in a couple of rounds throughout this half. We've seen, I think, like 2 rounds before this of like leaving the B bomb site entirely in like a 4v4. We saw them kind of cheat some rotations and gamble stack on the 4 spies. They try and do it again here with getting Yekindar to hustle back in the first like 15 seconds of the round after dumping some utility and leaving Naf alone, and Wildcard take complete advantage.
Felt like that was the first time they were really punished for it, yeah. Although saving these weapons is paramount, and so Team Liquid in the last few seconds put under pressure, and they lose 1. JKS going down inside of the site, and money is certainly a problem here for Team Liquid. Interesting decisions ahead. Do they just stick with what they've saved and equal on the rest because they got $2,000 average on a few? But
I think that's exactly what you have to do. Oh, are they going for it? Yekindar bought up an MP9.
You can sell it still. All right, so just Yekindar and MP9. Let's see if this MP9 makes a difference.
It can, right? Around the weapons, especially supporting the AWP. And I think the goal is eventually to say we feel like we've given Ultimate enough safety at this B bomb site where we can leave the AWP here and just overstack elsewhere. But I think Yekindar wants to be around at least for the initial contact.
Let's see, Ultimate is going to get that first contact with Yekindar. And Yekindar does damage. Ultimate finishes off Susp. So that slows things down. 4v4. Smoke gap and a little bit of a gap here on the left side for Ultimate to play with, but there's a problem. And it's if Fuzi walks through the smoke. If he just walks right through, that could be a huge issue for the AWP here. So Ultimate's taking steps back to safety. Now the commitment into B is there. And Ultimate, oh, that is so quick. Stanislav's going to get napped. It's a kill locked in for sure on that, but it's Ultimate that could have put up enough of a fight here. 3v3.
Yeah, but now you know there's only 2 players here.
True.
If Ultimate, I mean, he doesn't want to over-aggress and get himself in a position where he can't save the AWP, so he's going to have to play it conservatively. Stanislav is being heard this whole way, wrapping behind them.
He's going to get this.
There's 1 kill. Another one would be huge. This is so tough for JBA.
Dude, he's now alone. He's tucked into the back of the site. Ultimate moves forward. Missed shots from JBA. Fortunately, Ultimate not connecting, but Twist certainly will. And that is one hell of a round from Team Liquid. In particular, again, it is Ultimate with the impact. 3 kills locked in on the AWP, and 12 rounds on the board now for Team Liquid.
Ultimate and Twist had to be loving it when Stanislav showed his position on the other side of the map so far away. They're like, oh, perfect. We've got a 2v2. Let's rock and roll.
Dude, that's the shot he hits.
That's a nasty one.
That's so sick.
Hey, that's a 4v5 conversion as well. Remember, Yakinder was aggressed around half wall as the opening play and went down. So Liquid with just an M4 and an AWP win, a 4 versus 5.
I think Ultimate's enjoying the Americas RMR.
Yeah, I think too. Liquid's probably loving give them some confidence boosting games. They're looking at those 20 kills, like yes, get all of them.
This is what we want for this RMR. JKS deploying the molly, slowing things down in the apartments here for Wildcard. They're about to burst into the A bomb site regardless. So utility at the ready, flashes off the chimney. JKS burned out of the pit, forced into the open, and he's dead. Nothing you can do about that. Now Ultimate under a lot of pressure. When you're the AWP and there's Tech 9s running at you in all different directions, eventually you are going to fall. And the A bomb site completely topples in favor of Wildcard. It will not close here. It will not be Team Liquid around that Inferno in this moment.
Good utility work from Wildcard to get out of the halls, popping right through JKS's smoke, not being intimidated by it.
Can't really afford to give too much away. On either side, so this is going to be a 9th round for Wildcard. Scoreline looks respectable at this point of the game.
It does, but this is like the numbers-wise, yeah, it looks respectable. But they've never really been in a position to where it's felt like they could actually win or bring it to overtime, right? They've been playing behind this entire map.
Yeah, there hasn't even been like a patch of form without winning consistent rounds, right? It's just here and there sporadic round wins. No real consistency behind it.
I mean, it's a bummer though. Like if you don't give up that previous round against the AWP and the M4, you know, the 3v2 and the post plan at the B bomb site to Ultimate and Twist, like this is a very winnable half for them still.
That could have been the patch of form. Right. It ended before it really got started. But Team Liquid with those safe weapons can still get a decent buyout in this round and try and close it 13-9. There's always that risk for Wildcard. Given their lack of ability to string rounds together, you gotta feel like Team Liquid can close it here. It's Stanislav. Oh, all right, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, we take that.
Ultimate. I imagine what that looks like from his POV. Stanislav Ferrari peeking him. So Wildcard leave Banana.
And Liquid again just doing the over-rotating, taking the gamble with it. As the smoke is down in CT choke over at the B bomb site, they feel nervous.
It's probably going to be a 3-man save, right? Unless Twist gets back in time. No, actually, they're making the rotation quite quickly now, getting the players back. And, ooh, well, that didn't work out for Twist.
That's a ugly smoke, though, coming through. Nice job from JKS for the first. And guess what?
That's the round.
Wildcard have 10. They've got the bomb site, and there ain't no money on Team Liquid.
Damn, this is going to be right down to the last round of regulation.
Okay, it's moved past respectable score.
Yeah, now it's competitive again. And that's the difference, just one round can make. All right, Naf's not going to get his M4 either, surely. JPA is so close. Running out of ammo, running out of life. And now Team Liquid run out of money. 12 to 10. Incredibly likely we see 12 to 11.
Yikinder has to save here because I think they're going to want him to drop the AWP over to Ultimate for the final rounds.
Yeah. So best case scenario, we see a couple of P250s, 5.7s, Deagles here. But that's the opening kill. That's the opening from Stanislaw. And I think, do you think, obviously, the way your Team Liquid rotate, they get back into the library again, and if you're Twitch, you feel like you have to swing, you have to take that fight, because you know you are stuck in pit alone, right? If you can't really retake from the library once the smokes go down. So it's another tough scenario where they maybe jump the gun early on the rotate.
Oh, also, I mean, yeah, for sure, it might have been a reasoning behind it, though. Some read they might have had from prep work, but also, I mean, without information, because Yikinder's got to play so passive. Remember, Twist ran that whole way in CT spawn as well, and into library at a certain point. So just you're playing with a lack of information as well, and I think that's what hurts your decision making at the end of the day. 12 to 10.
Impressive for Wildcard to stay in this. 2 more, and they've got overtime versus Team Liquid in this opening game of the Americas RMR. Stack in the B-bomb site. Charging it towards Sus. Gets 1.
Uh-oh. Not like this, boy. Oh, there we go. Nicely done. Yeah, they lined up.
got lineups.
That ain't bad.
4 players stay alive. Wildcard moving into the last round of regulation. Team Liquid have money back in the bank. They've got AWP out here at Ultimate, but this is it. Wildcard, no, it's certainly more than respectable, and they really do have a great chance now of overtime. Look at that T-side haul.
I mean, you mentioned it. They hadn't really had any great string of rounds throughout this entire game outside of, you know, the pistol and the ensuing rounds after that, but we don't really count those. But these last 3 have been perfect for Wildcard. Exactly what they needed at exactly the right time. Liquid may be feeling a little shell-shocked that this has become a competitive affair. It felt like they were going to waltz away with it.
Twists at top mid. He's got to deal with multiple players coming through that smoke. They detect him, and great flashes in this game from Wildcard. There's been so many moments where Team Liquid defensive players have been just lost in the open. But here comes Ultimate. When all looks lost, he steps up in towards that aggressive fight at top mid. 3v3 gets into the apartment. Stanislaw getting dinged from Yikinder, but JPA at range bringing down the Latvian. But Ultimate coming out of the balcony now. He's got eyes on it. JPA sits him on his ass, and suddenly just Naf with a 1v3. Wildcard have brought this all the way back. They have secured overtime versus Team Liquid.
Hey, don't count your chickens.
I'm counting the first.
He's good for a miracle clutch. That's what I'm talking about. Nice little one tap. 1v2 all of a sudden. Naf, can't convert it. Good double swing. And yeah, overtime here at the first game of the Americas RMR.
That is crazy to think about for Wildcard. Look at that T side. We didn't know if they had it in them on the T side of things to be able to get enough round wins to pull this back. And it looked like they were broken at certain points. But gotta say, that wasn't the best CT half from Team Liquid either. You know, there was a lot of weird moments from them. A lot of rounds like this where you just have one player getting nothing done.
Good utility work, and I think you got to give a lot of credit over to Stanislaw for some of the calling at the end of this half as well, from the Tech-9 play towards the B-bomb site that got them started. I think that'll be the frustrating part for Team Liquid is they're saying, oh, we lost like a Tech-9 B hit to go on this losing streak to get us into overtime. But Stanislaw called some great pace changes, some different styles.
Just think of the framing that we had in the first half where we were saying that Wildcard wouldn't come into the tournament necessarily banking on the ability to beat Team Liquid in your opening game, but the positive is you don't have to play them in the elimination game. Well, right now, with overtime secured, that goes out the window. Now you're thinking about the reality in which you do beat Team Liquid.
And then Liquid's like, thank God we don't have to play Wildcard in elimination game. That's great.
Exactly. But just think about what this opening BO1 can do for you if you're one of these teams on the cusp, you know, not expected to make it through cleanly.
And it's wild thinking like the rounds that Ultimate has had 22 kills on him, JKS at 18 frags, that they'd be in this situation. This is that's quite a little collapse at the end of the opening half from Team Liquid. So really rough turn of events.
This money's not a problem now, so we'll get the buy.
True. That is nice.
JBA, been really impressive him. He had a lot of moments in Pro League as well where he was able to show up, had a number of impressive moments. And great to see him top the charts here for his squad as they head into overtime. Burn at his feet, but not taking too much on board. It's going to be a challenge with a flash landing in his face. Yakindar going down to the sniper of Fuzi. Once again, ultimate under pressure. He connects the shot, impales Fuzi and slows down this attack. Takes the sting out of Wildcard.
Was that Fuzi got that kill and just tried to like press the, pick up the pace with the AWP?
Okay, I got one. I'm just going to rush it.
That was like a spear charge.
Yeah, I liked it. An end to it though with ultimate shot ringing out.
I wonder if he thought that the B bombs would be clear with all the times they've seen Liquid like over rotate in regulation, right? If he was just like, you know what, Yakindar the only one here. Let's rock.
Well, maybe there was a small chance of that, but he found out pretty quick.
Yeah, he did find out.
Just ultimate here now though. No one's even close to rotating to help him. So 25 seconds. It is going to be in towards B. So ultimate. He's the difference maker. If he doesn't hit the shot here, round's pretty much over. And he doesn't hit the shot. His teammate's coming over. If he can stay alive, he goes aggressive. Understand the idea, it's just not connecting the shot. The bomb site falls in favor of Wildcard.
Remember as well, this should be a save. The overtime rules at the Major are different than what we typically see at most Counter-Strike events. Start money 10,000 here at the Major. So losing that AWP and losing this first CT round of overtime is actually devastating. And this puts the run now at 5 in a row for Wildcard. I believe it was 8-12.
What an impressive turnaround. Just beautiful stuff from Wildcard. And it does feel like a number of these rounds start with Wildcard getting a relatively clean entry, right? They find no resistance, no 1-for-1. But this round they get a kill on Yakindar, and they do get traded, but they leave one. There's only one player on B, and it's the AWPer.
I haven't really liked this Yakindar and Ultimate pairing in Banana with the AWP. We saw it in regulation as well when Ultimate had an angle towards half wall and Yakindar tried to swing around it with the MP9. They went on to win the round because Ultimate hit some crazy shots, but that initial defense of those two paired up together in Banana, I almost want to be like, let the AWPer play. Let him have that angle. Play the more supportive side of things.
Didn't it?
Yeah. This one, Ultimate's falling back, but Yakindar is still maintaining his aggression from the utility. Little out of sync.
I mean, at this point of the game, it's starting to get really frustrating for Team Liquid because you just haven't been able to figure it out on the CT side yet. Doesn't feel like they put enough stopping power up on the server. And from the first half, it felt like you were going to be smooth sailing right to victory. Now you're in a position where you're up struggle street. This is Wildcard in control.
It's really interesting too, because like this Liquid roster, when you look at it, like the kind of, I think one of the question marks when it came together was like, you know, with MAF and JKS, you have a pretty decent amount of passive players on this team. You'd think in that kind of a situation, the CT side was always one, like the side of Counter-Strike that it felt like this roster was going to be solid on regardless, just with the teams. They have two strong anchors, or players who can anchor in their passive roles. But it's just been getting abused right now by Wildcard. JKS with an opening kill and gonna back away slowly.
Here goes Sonic. Works out coming out of Boiler. JKS eradicated. Even numbers thanks to that trade kill from Sonic.
And now you have space up in brackets if you're Wildcard, so there's not a whole lot of information being gathered by the A players whatsoever. So Liquid, the fog of war descends on the map, and they really have no intel of what Wildcard's trying to do and where they're postured. Sonic can turn into a lurk and cut off rotations and isolate these two B defenders.
Twists gathering a little bit of info on Long, so he's actually going to push the issue down try and get more space back. But here comes that beat play. Yukindar at the back of the site must deliver a number of quiet rounds from Yukindar, and it's another one. Zero resistance from Team Liquid. They fall away, and Wildcard go up to 14. Another save here for Team Liquid. And we are starting to get to the brink of the first upset of the Americas RMR in the opening game.
Oh, this is devastating. This is devastating if you're Liquid.
They have disappeared. It's got to be a frustrating second half here for Liquid overall, but I think in particular, Yukindar's had a number of moments where he just hasn't even got one kill.
And Wildcard senses that. A lot of their opening plays is, I mean, it's Inferno, so you started out taking Banana, generally, but you could play it passively, but Wildcard's not scared of taking Banana aggressively. There's been no, we actually haven't really seen Team Liquid push down Banana all that much on their CT side. You've seen Yukindar try and swing at half wall, right? But there's none of those aggressive plays, the deep smoke, deep nades, the push down.
It felt like they maybe utilized that one time at the start of the half, but other than that, they've been just sitting back, and Wildcard have been controlling it.
6 rounds in a row for Wildcard. 7 of the last 8 in their favor. They have taken complete control of this game. Liquid need this round. They need to have some kind of a buffer. Their T side was good. Great even.
Opening kill for Wildcard. They just can't figure out what to do on B. So it's Naf dead, Yukindar stuck alone.
I wonder when we see the replay if that was over the smoke and it looked like a smoke kill or just a blind shot through the smoke.
3 players about to go through this top mid smoke with utility. There needs to be a strong hold, and JKS getting 2, but it's Twists again with no output. 0 output from Twists.
Second time he's played aggressive up in brackets and just been blinded.
Yeah, it's a tough spot for Twist to work with, and now with a 3v2, Wildcard about to head to 15 rounds on the board. Map point versus Team Liquid. Yukindar and Ultimate, they're going to give it a go. This boost over the top. This could get at least 1 and draw it back into even numbers, but now he's been spotted. They know where the last 2 remaining players are, and Sonic spams down through that smoke. Ultimate taken out. Yukindar down into a 1v1. Can he pull this off to prevent map point going against Team Liquid? He's stuck in the cubby, and he could have gone anywhere. And I think that's the idea that Yukindar's looking to use, but he has to move out of here eventually. He's got to bide some time, but now needs the peak, and Sonic wins another 1v1 for Wildcard. 15-12, map point for Wildcard, upset point in the opening game of the Americas RMR.
This is crazy. I wonder how much if you were to talk to Team Liquid after this match, win or lose, and just say, you've been playing so many European teams this year. The style is going to be very different. You really haven't played the Americas teams, and this kind of grouped up, hopping through smokes, finding timings. It isn't that kind of like default heavy, work the map, have reactions, have plans, have protocols. This is Wildcard coming into it and saying, this is our tactic, and we're running it. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But there's no real plan B.
I mean, Team Liquid have not been here for the whole overtime, right? They haven't been here for the last few rounds of regulation.
10 rounds.
Yeah, they've just disappeared completely. Oh, this has got to feel amazing for Wildcard.
Yeah, well, don't let that amazing feeling take over, because you still got to close it out.
Yeah,
it was a 9-3 half for Team Liquid on their T side.
Yeah, when you put it like that, Jason, it makes it even worse. They had everything to play with. But that darn pistol round.
That dang pistol round. That pesky little pistol round.
That my Wildcard right back in. Well, Fuzi looking down middle. Oh, it sees the leg. Does damage on towards Ultimate. It's going to be another opening kill here for Wildcard. Yukindar, a frustrating second half, an incredibly, almost infuriating overtime for Yukindar. And Team Liquid about to get beaten by a Wildcard. It's not only just the opening kills, the damage that they've done onto Ultimate as well.
Yeah, it's harsh.
There have been no solutions. At least the T side is where Team Liquid did their best work, but they need every remaining round, and they've now got to convert a 4v5
But a lot of their success was having some banana control and JKS kind of slow playing the A bomb site, able to find a kill or two at the right moment to create that opportunity. And with ultimate this low and applying no pressure, with the Kinder going down, there's nothing to force this defense to shift.
Well, they're going to walk in towards A, and here comes Fuzi. This time he won't miss, goes back for a second. Fuzi closing this chapter. Team Liquid come to the Americas RMR as one of the top dogs. Expected to beat Wildcard comfortably. They were up 9-3 in the first half. But what a surprising result here from Wildcard, living up to their name. They come into this opening game and they grab themselves the first upset of the Americas RMR, 16-12 versus Team Liquid. Wildcard come to play.
That's craziness. That's just happened in that fashion. What
Can you believe that?
Utter collapse from Team Liquid at the end of the day.
I really can't believe that they lost in that fashion. They disappeared in the second half. CT side was not good enough on any front. They move into overtime, and again, unfortunately for them, had to start on the CT side. And at that point, just too much work to do.
And here's, I mean, again, I mentioned it. This is a very forgiving kind of qualification that Liquid get to go through as one of the favorites, probably the first or second best team in this kind of America's RMR to get through. Plenty more chances for them, but man, this is a really tough setback early on.
Yeah, the dubstep, even that won't heal Team Liquid's hearts at this point, but
we didn't have this in the rundown. Is the dubstep the cue? Is that the one to go off to break?
No.
Or no, we're hanging out?
I think we just hang out a little bit.
Okay.
But, you know, for Team Liquid, this is a squad that obviously have high expectations, not to just get through this, but also at the Major, man. They're a team that want to get something done at the World Championships, at the main event. But
Think of it like this way. This roster coming together and all the good signs they showed and some of the struggles they've had and not able to break through, like beating those top 5 teams. Everything about this roster kind of culminates at the Major. This is the event that kind of lets us know, has Liquid hit a ceiling, or are they going to be able to find a way to get past that and improve and show that this roster can actually keep getting better and compete with the world? Or is this Major going to signify, you know, it was cool while it lasted. It was a nice couple of months. There, you know, you're obviously going to want to stick with Ultimate, but do you need to make further changes after this Major? And you know, all of this is going to matter at the end of the day when you're kind of calculating that.
That was always something in my mind about this team, because I think we had a real positive expectations of them. We were very forgiving with the time frame as well, considering how good they came out in their opening games, how they were able to compete with some of the world's best teams. We're like, okay, well, how long does that positive attitude stick around? When do we want the next step? And I think with the loss to Wildcard here, we're starting to ask those questions. And I mean, you had a good performance out of Ultimate. You had a great performance out of Ultimate. 25-18. JKS had a great first half, went quiet in the second. But man, I'm looking at the likes of Twist and Naf at the bottom of the board, and you're just wondering, you know, where was the firepower?
Twist had a rough game. I think like he didn't really have to do anything in the first half, so maybe he just like never got into the flow of the game whatsoever. That CT side, he just got wrecked by flashbangs plenty of times. I got something for you though.
What's that?
Our boy Fuzi?
Yeah.
It's not love. It's Louvet.
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 All right. It's kind of like a French museum of art nearly. Yeah. I suppose. Well, a work of art was certainly Sonic's performance. Had a lot of impact moments. He's our standout player, presented by 1xBet. And this is a player that has had such a long time out of top Counter-Strike, and he's having some big moments versus Team Liquid.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of interesting when you think about, you know, some of the teams he's been on a long time. You know, him and JT playing together for a very long time. You know, some of the old rosters they've been on, and you know, to see him kind of come back and still, put up a solid performance like this. He went like 3 clutches in this game as well. Massive performance from him.
Yeah, great. I think the clutches are the ones that come to mind, especially in the first half. They just about won enough rounds to stay in it. You know, if he even walk out with one last round, I don't know. Given how bad Team Liquid CT side was, who knows if that's true. But the fact that he won 2 out of the 3 rounds on his own with those 1v1s is really impressive from Sonic. But even more impressive that Wildcard get the W. They beat Team Liquid in the opening game here at the Americas RMR. We're going to take a break. When we come back, our second matchup will be ready for you. Let's see if we've got some more upsets today.
The world is changing quickly. Shoot up. The world is changing, but one thing remains the same: victories with 1xBet.